everyone and welcome back to Love is Strange. So I don't remember what happened last time, but we went with Victoria to take our photo, and that's really all I remember. I think we might have gone to the beach or the pier or something. I don't know, but we're in the parking lot now and it's night time, which means we spent pretty much the whole day together. That's actually pretty weird. I mean, it's not every day you get to hang out with the Queen Bee of Blackwell. With absolutely no problems or anything, I actually had a really nice time. Shopping with Victoria was still pretty grueling on my poor heart and my wallet, but aside from Victoria's gift, it's not like I bought anything pricey. Oh yeah, we also got her a gift, I think, but I don't think we've given it to her yet. Victoria made sure of that. When we did the Rachel route, we completely fucked up and got Rachel a gift she already had and she hated it. But she was like fake polite, like, "Oh, I love it, thank you," but you know she didn't like it. Just thinking about it makes me feel a little off, but not in a bad way. Well, she did like it, but she already had it. Kind of in a really confused way, or really worried, mostly for Victoria's health. She wouldn't normally shop for a beat-down hipster, would she? But the more time I spend with her, the more I see she's not as terrible as she fronts. I'm sorry, you guys, I have like a habit of fiddling with pens, and I do it a lot while I'm recording, and so when I listen back, all I hear is me just like dropping the pen, because I also have a habit of like throwing them in the air and catching them, and all you can hear is the pen just clattering all the time. It must be distracting, I'm sorry. Not that anyone's watching this, but if you are in the future, hey, I'm very sorry for that. But the more time I spend with her, the more I see she's not as terrible as she fronts. I think I already read that. As she parks the car, I peer over at her. She's tapping her nails against the steering wheel, seeming a little distracted. Or maybe not really distracted, just more like lost in her thoughts. Maybe she's thinking along the same lines I am. For once, we might be on the same page. No, really, we might be, because now that I'm listening to whatever's coming out of the radio... Is that Sid Matters? You actually listen to them? What? Victoria straightens a little in her seat, glancing over at me. So she was distracted. Nothing, just surprised you listened to that. Aren't they a little hipster for you? So Sid Matters worked on a couple of the songs for the game. I can't remember which ones, but they had a couple of songs, I think, on the soundtrack. I can't help but take the opportunity to tease her. It feels right, even if Victoria could probably tear into me at any given second. Victoria stares at me and then huffs. Watch yourself, Max. I'm just saying, I listened to it, and, you know, I'm kind of a hipster. At least according to you and all your other Vortex Club fiends. You mean friends. Sure, Victoria. I feel like Max is, like, creating conflict here where there doesn't need to be any. Like, she didn't need to make that comment. It's like she's trying to initiate a fight. Victoria narrows her eyes. It's almost fun to rile Victoria up. She gets super defensive, fishing for the best insults. Well, usually. Lately, I feel like she's really been toning it down. First of all, you're not kind of a hipster, you are one. Don't compare me to a spectacle like you. Secondly, the door's open, you know. Feel free to get out, because it's not like I'm keeping you trapped in here. That's true, but I can't really go yet. Not until I give her this present. I know, I have a really good reason for not leaving yet. Unless you're kicking me out. Victoria furrows her brows and turns to me, interested. I'm actually not. So is that an invitation to stay? I rub at the back of my neck. For some reason, the question makes me nervous. It's probably just because I still have to give her her gift. I don't even know if she's going to actually like it. Victoria stares at me and rolls her head to the side. I guess. But before I have to deal with whatever nonsense you're going to come up with, Max, let me get at least a little comfortable. I don't entirely understand what she means by that until she leans forward, pressing down on some button in her car. Oh. I breathe out in some half-surprised exhale as the roof of Victoria's car literally starts sliding back, exposing the night sky to us alongside the gleam of the parking lot lights. I don't think we ever saw her car in the game. Not even a photograph or anything. I crane my neck back to watch the rest of the convertible ceiling roll back, feeling almost stupid that I didn't notice it before. Of course Victoria would have something super fancy like this. My uncle used to have a convertible ages ago, like maybe 10 years ago, but it got stolen. It stops with the click and I blink a few times. Shaking my head, I look back to Victoria. I don't know when she got them out, but now she's holding a carton of cigarettes, hand halfway down to pick at one. Don't sound so surprised. Sorry, you just kind of caught me off guard. Victoria gives me a small laugh, a half scoff. Most people are. All she does is light up her cigarette, taking a long drag off of it. Victoria reaches next to her and... oh, she's bringing the seat back just so she can lay down. She looks so comfortable it's almost surprising, and I'm left wondering if I should do the same or not. If you're going to stay, don't just sit there like a dork. Even though, you know, sitting in a car is what you do. She gestures to my seat and I carefully follow suit, my hands fumbling to find the lever to push the seat back. I'm trying so hard not to, like, have such a prominent lisp, and it's making me pronounce words wrong. Before I can get comfortable though, she clears her throat. And just make sure no one is coming or something. What, you can't be seen with me? She smirks. Maybe. I roll my eyes, but I'm not exactly too offended. Leaning up on my elbow, I check for any familiar figures in the surrounding area. It's just us. I don't see anyone out there, not even one of the security guards, which is probably for the best. I don't exactly need David grilling me about this. Why are you so concerned? It's not like this is a date or anything. I say before I can stop myself, and instantly I feel my face heat up. Okay, I did not mean for that to slip out at all. Apparently Victoria didn't either, because she actually coughs for a second. I want to check if she's alright, but I'm too embarrassed to look in her direction. No, you wish. There's this hoarse quality to her voice, and she clears her throat. Good, the last thing I want is you trying to seduce me. I joke, trying to offset my mistake. Victoria grumbles in response. After I'm confident that no one is milling around, I settle back down against the leather seat, flopping onto my back. The coast is totally clear. Victoria hums with approval. Since I've got nowhere to put my hands, I rest them both on my stomach, staring up blankly at the sky. So, are you going to let me in on whatever you're planning? I stiffen up slightly, biting my lip at the reminder of the gift in my bag. I wasn't expecting you to actually remember. Are you kidding me? My memory isn't that awful. I slide one of my hands over to my bag, shrugging weakly. Yeah, but my gift probably is. The thought is kind of depressing, but Victoria is watching me warily, eyes darting down to my bag. Okay, it's not a bomb, is it? Very funny, Victoria. Victoria doesn't ease up at all, still watching me intently. She even turns to face me, leaning on her elbow and everything. In spite of myself, I smile a little at the sight. So, spit it out already. I guess it's now or never. Not that I really have a choice. Earlier, when we were shopping and you bought me that outfit. Immediately, Victoria looks a little peeved. Are you going to bring this up again? I already told you. Can you actually let me finish? I cut her off before she can tell me to forget about it, and she narrows her eyes, taking a long drag with no further comment. I got you something. You did what? Victoria seems like she's at a loss for words, despite the words she just said, for just a second. Even I specifically told you didn't have to worry about paying me back. All I can do is shrug my shoulders, fingering, wink wink, the strap on my bag anxiously. I just wanted to say thanks. I didn't really expect that. It was a very nice gesture, and it's not like I got you anything big, just a little something. Victoria averts her gaze, covering her mouth with her hand. Alright, fine. What is it? It's now or never, Max. You can do this. It's just... Victoria. I sit up a little to reach into my camera bag and pull out that dorky figurine I managed to find earlier, all neat and boxed up. I seriously have no clue where it's even from, but all I know is that the girl in the box looks pretty tough, wearing a leather jacket and holding some sort of pistol, I think. Oh god, okay. She's either going to love it and be eternally grateful, or it's something she's not interested in. She'll be like, why did you buy me this? Looks pretty futuristic. Either way, I hand it over and Victoria's gone impressively silent. I think that's a good sign. Victoria? We know she's a nerd because she had a figure thing in her room. Where did you get that? Oh my god, I bet it's like super rare or something. There's this odd urgency in her tone, and she takes it from my hands so quickly I jump a little. The store? I saw it and I thought you liked this kind of stuff, so... Wait, excuse me? You thought I liked this kind of stuff? Yeah? Uh-oh, I have a feeling I'm not supposed to know about this. Did Taylor, like, open her huge mouth or something? Victoria questions, turning the box around in her hand, and I tense up. I don't answer. Sorry, Taylor. I send a silent prayer to her. Before I can come up with anything, Victoria just turns and crams the figurine into one of the plastic bags. Whatever. I guess I should thank you for the dorky thought anyways. She loves it. Huh. At least I think she loves it. Now that the weight of that whole situation is gone and Victoria hasn't kicked me out, I take the chance to press my head back against the leather seat of her car, closing my eyes and resting my hands back against my stomach. I don't hear Victoria move, but that's fine. Oh my god, they're gonna fall asleep together. All I can hear is her smoking next to me, and the radio blaring softly with another Sid Matters song. This is definitely how their album's meant to be enjoyed. Score. It's oddly relaxing, just sitting here in Victoria's car with the wind brushing over us. Okay, calling it. They're gonna both fall asleep. Sorry, a motorbike just went by outside. I don't know if you heard it. But anyway, they're going to fall asleep together and they're both going to wake up in the car in the morning like, what the fuck happened? I know we're just at Blackwell, but here it kind of feels like we're in our own little world. Just us and the music, laying down underneath the night sky. Max. It's Victoria who breaks the silence. I don't actually mind too much, really. I turn my head to the side, opening my eyes to look at her. She's on her back now, one arm behind her head, her other hand over mouth. The cigarette tucked between her fingers is just about out, and I wonder if she's going to light another one. Did you? Victoria starts to say something, and I see this crease between her brows as it tapers off into an unintelligible mutter. You'll get wrinkles. Huh? What was that? Victoria blows out a breath through her mouth, all smoke. It's distracting. We get it, you vape. Never mind, it was something entirely stupid. All that does is make me even more concerned. Victoria doesn't usually censor herself, and at least not this openly. I bet it's not. It is. Come on, Victoria. I say stupid things all the time. Go, same. I think I'm winning because Victoria's lips form an amused smile at the words. That's a good point. She shuts her eyes briefly, expression falling again. Fine. There's a beat of silence and Victoria sits up briefly to throw her cigarette outside on the pavement. Did you have a good time? Oddly enough, that's the last thing I expected from her. There's this crease between her brows again that I could have easily mistaken for concern. Or, no, I think it really is concern this time. I almost forget to respond, the idea making me still with surprise. Huh? That's it? The muscles in Victoria's jaw stiffen and she shoots me an annoyed glare. What do you mean, that's it? No, nothing bad. You were just kind of acting like it was something worse. This time I'm positive it's not the moon playing tricks on me. There's this flush on her cheeks. It might be from anger, but I'm not totally positive. I'm not totally positive about a lot of things, especially regarding Victoria. Yeah, I did. I just wasn't really expecting any of that. That's it. There's this dip in Victoria's voice that surprises me, and I tilt my head a little at her. Huh? Victoria shakes her head and says nothing for a second. Deep and meaningful conversation. Forget it. I can't just forget it. Not when it seems like she doesn't believe me. She has to know I'm telling the truth. I really did. I had a really good time, Victoria. I'm not surprised it's a shock, though. We didn't really used to get along, right? I have to stop myself for a second there. Didn't used to get along. Does that mean we're really getting along now? And it was actually really fun to see you do your whole fashion thing. Victoria is watching me cautiously. Does she not believe me? After a second, I see some tension drain out of her bunched up muscles, shoulders falling back against the leather of her seat. Thanks, Max. I try. No problem. It's worth it just to see how relaxed Victoria is. I couldn't have imagined she'd be so worried over something so small. Victoria finally sits up though, bringing down her mirror and brushing at her hair. We should probably go back inside before Wells finds us and starts bitching. Or even worse, Madsen. I laugh a little at that, taking the initiative and pulling myself up too. Oh man, I really wanted my theory to be right about them falling asleep together. David can be a pain in the arse, yeah. Victoria stops fixing herself in the tiny mirror. Do I want to know why you sound so familiar with him? Maybe not. It's a long story. Or, just a bunch of tiny ones. I could never resist getting into shenanigans with Chloe after all. Victoria just shakes her head. Weirdo. I don't want to hear about your weird escapades with our security guard. Ugh, don't put it like that. Victoria flashes me another award-winning smirk and then picks up her purse. Come on, let's go back to my room. Wait, what? What? Don't give me that look. We still have a few things we have to talk about for tomorrow. Unless you'd rather not. Victoria looks away and I'm not sure how to respond. She wants me to come with her? Hell yeah! At this point, I'm not exactly opposed to spending more time with her, so it doesn't take long to give her my answer. No, sure. I guess you're right. Victoria seems satisfied, nodding. Okay, we're going to look at the diary. And you can pause it if you want to read it. When I gave her the figurine I'd found, she had this kind of weird, embarrassed reaction that was actually kind of cute. What the fuck? We wound up just relaxing in her car once we were parked back at school and watching the stars come out. It was actually kind of nice. I can't believe I just wrote that. Victoria did everything she could to make me uncomfortable last year with her bitchiness, so being able to just chill with her was like waking up on a different planet. And we'll go back a couple of pages. Here you go if you want to read it. What does that say? Focus. Oh yeah. Okay. Of course I am. Okay, I think I'm going to end this episode here because I have a habit of like thinking I haven't been recording for long, then it turns out it's been 40 minutes. So I'm going to stop it here. It might have only been about 15 minutes, but oh well. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.